Want to test?
Whatever. Hey, welcome to episode 91. We Made It podcast.
No, 21.
All right. See you later. No, I'm joking. Episode 91, We Made It podcast. We're getting very close to 100. Yeah. As I've stated before, I don't want to do episode 100. I want the whole thing to shift and we be doing... Okay, we be doing you want to put me out the camera?
Yeah, that's enough for you today.
Well, I want to be doing bigger things by the time we get to 100, but it is episode 91. We made it podcast.com. At We Made It Podcast on all social media. We made it podcast.com. We made it podcast on
gmail.com.
Instagram, Twitter,
MySpace.
You know
Photo bucket.
Whoa, what is it? Picasa or whatever?
Picasa, video editing, shared
Google
the community.
Photos, video editor.
See us on Google Plus. Recently been demolished.
Oh, babies.
Yo, did I ever tell you one time where remember I told you that I didn't know I had Google Plus and all my photos got uploaded on there and it was like different months?
I do. Yeah, go ahead and y'all find those because you probably didn't delete them.
Ooh, I did. That was dark times.
See, there's so much to talk about. We're gonna try to do this episode fast, but I don't know if it's gonna work.
I don't know what that means.
But there's so much to talk about. Can I tell like a cap story right now?
Of course.
Well, actually, before we get into that, I'm gonna tell this cap story. So we were gonna record yesterday, but the whole Emiliano Sala situation's going on. So we're kind of like, let's see if they find him.
I don't know.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, no.
Why are you laughing about this tragedy? What's wrong with you?
I'm not laughing at the tragedy. That's horrible.
I said cap.
Yo, I don't know how English comments are going, but I saw a Portuguese post about the Emiliano Sala situation. Man, people are being aggressive about religion in those comments.
Why?
Woo, they were like, I don't know how you believe in God after this. I was like, hey,
bringing tears to my eyes. That's a big tragedy, and I was like, man, maybe they'll.
Sorry to laugh about it, by the way. I'm not laughing.
He's not laughing at that. No, just the comments and everything going on.
I mean, what's crazy is when you told me, I thought it was. I didn't believe it. I was like,
no, it's crazy.
That's like 3 years in a row of a plane incident with a team or athlete. That's insane.
No, it's crazy. And like for me, I mean, not like I'm saying I'm not like a Nantes fan, but I watch Ligue 1 a lot, so I've seen him play a lot. Actually, like I've seen him out there a lot. Like I'm familiar with him, and I remember I don't know if it was this season or last season, but it might have been the beginning of this season too. Like for a while, he was the Argentine player with the most goals in Europe. Like he had more goals than Messi for a little bit, so it was like a thing. Yeah, no, I was like, I don't know if he's ever gotten called up.
Probably not.
But like I was like, he's not bad. Like he's very much a number 9. Like he could be on the bench for Argentina. Like no problem. But it doesn't seem like they're going to find him. I guess the search is still going on. I was like hoping to get some more news today, but yeah, I mean it's a tragedy, and he was going to go back from Cardiff to say bye to his teammates, and it's not like that far relatively speaking, like because Nantes is like on the north of France, kind of.
In Cardiff, that's Wales, right?
Yeah. We got some downloads there, by the way.
Don't sleep.
We might have some in Nantes too. But yeah, really, it's a crazy tragedy, and it doesn't seem like they're going to find his body, hopefully they find his body at least, but it doesn't seem like right now they found him. It's
a shame too, speaking from the family perspective, imagine your son's out there doing this thing in Europe, and then you find out that just on the flight after probably the biggest news of his life is receiving the record contract from
Cardiff,
from Cardiff, 15 mil, I believe, euros. Yeah, that's a shame, honestly.
Yeah, no, it's a terrible tragedy, and you always worry, like, dang, could you imagine if like the Real Madrid plane crash, or like the PSG?
Yeah, we talk about it. You just don't imagine things happening to like important people or teams. Like you don't imagine tragedies happening on planes, like, but it's a real world out here.
Yeah, like you imagine like a really important person, like their plane crashed, but not like athletes. But I want to say it was the Zambian Olympic team or something like that, or the World Cup team. I can't remember. I think it was Zambia or Zimbabwe, if I'm not mistaken. It was one of the two. Their plane crashed. I want to say that was the 80s or 70s, and it was a big tragedy too. I kind of can't remember. But anyway, for his family and all the athletes around the world who probably like heard that and like nervous to get on the plane,
In America, there's like been famous people who actually don't fly planes. I think it's like John Madden doesn't go on airplanes. He only took the bus. I think DJ Khaled also the same thing. He doesn't take the airplane. He only goes on buses.
I think he does now.
Really? Yeah. So it's pretty interesting, actually. It's a shame.
I was like, well, I seen Khaled in daggone Dubai. I'm like, did you take a boat? Like, that's a long trip. I mean, like, obviously
they probably tranquilized him.
That's a lot of tranquilizers. That's a long boat. I mean, you're in Miami.
Elephant want to work.
I mean, you're in Miami. I mean, it's kind of. I mean,
he's not really connecting. He's just going straight shot.
Yeah, but you got to go across the whole Atlantic. Like, once you get in the Mediterranean. Actually, let me relax. Anyway, Caesar. Your favorite coach of all time. I've heard you say this. Marcelo Bielsa.
What? That's not true.
Okay. Now you've been getting brand new because you got this new hair.
Okay.
Caesar dyed his hair kind of blonde, by the way. He's trying to look at the bad guys in Meteor Man. Oh, we should put one of
no one knows that.
Meteor Man.
And then a side-by-side
Oh,
pic?
yes. We got to do a selfie of you when they do for Meteor Man. Bielsa has admitted that Leeds United. He's a coach.
This is always scary.
Oh, no,
when you read a Bielsa headline, it's like, this is about to be wild.
Although I do think that he quit Lazio because of the fascist ultras. I think that he did.
I think that's cute that you believe.
I'm gonna give him credit. That
is he Argentinian?
Yes, he's Argentinian.
No, he's dead.
I believe that he. I believe he quit Lazio because he
probably went to Lazio thinking he was about to be with the homies.
Oh, come on, dog. Bringing tears to my eyes. Okay, he's the coach of Leeds United. They're number 1 in the championship right now, I think. Whoa. He's admitted to spying on opponents this season, and he remains adamant that no specific rules were broken, and believes he's guilty of stupidity rather than cheating. He said I observed all the rivals we played against and watched the training sections of all opponents. He said that, so why did I guess it was a press conference. He said, why did I send someone to watch them? He said, just because I thought it wasn't violating the norm. All the information I need to clarify my tactics, I gather without watching the training session of the opponent. But we feel guilty if we don't work enough. Watching the opponent's training, allows us to have less anxiety. And in my case, I'm stupid enough to allow this kind of behavior. So he's kind of taking some responsibility for this and saying it's kind of stupid. I think he kind of did that because he got caught up.
Okay, I'm like, why did he come
Somebody
out?
Somebody got caught.
Okay, I was like, no.
I think it was at Derby County. Somebody got caught lurking, and he was like, "Oh, that's my guy." It was good.
He should have said, "That's Belichick's dude." I don't know, homie.
Okay, Caesar. Yeah. A little bit about Bielsa. Like, Bielsa has this kind of allure around him, but he hasn't won anything. He hasn't won a trophy in 15 years, and he's never won a trophy in Europe ever.
Oh, so he's on that Pochettino swag.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. I'm like, why does everybody like him so much?
He just has this allure, and he's kind of has a coaching tree underneath him, but he's never won no trophies like that.
Damn bars.
Here's the question: should he be apparently he hasn't broken any specific rules, but other teams don't be doing stuff like this. Do you think he should be sacked? Do you think that should be just whatever? Was good?
I mean, he should receive some kind of punishment. I don't think it's right to send somebody to spy on training sessions. I don't think that's fair. I don't care what sport you play or whatever. I think every sport can pretty much unanimously agree that a practice session and tactic discussion is not open public information. If a public is only invited to 10 minutes of team practices, why do you think you get the hours to study their practice? That makes no sense to me. So, if he was saying that I was gathering film based upon these highlight clips they're posting and that's their fault for posting these things, that's different. But you're sending someone, off top, you're sending someone they got caught. You already know you're being shady. So don't talk about it's because I'm stupid to the rule. No one's stupid to the rule but making moves to execute on it. That means that you knew what was cracking. So I don't know about necessarily sacking him, but I think what you need to really do is visit what Leeds United knew, what upper management knew concerning this, and then you go from there. Because as much as the responsibility of the coach, it's also responsibility of those above him who allowed these actions to occur.
Oh, big fact.
So it should be a punishment that if that in that case not because I don't like punishments. I think the coach is good because it kind of affects the player, but it doesn't because you're not directly punishing the player. Yeah. But, it should just kind of, and maybe fines for upper management people.
Honestly, Caesar, I don't even think it's a big deal.
Okay.
I really don't. Here's the reason why.
What's up?
I don't think there's anything you can learn about the tactics of a team from watching them training. I don't think you can really get much from that.
I think the only thing you can get is you can see how they're going to strategize upon going against you, and you can go from there.
But the reason why is because this is something I don't think, but I don't know for sure. But I don't think that in soccer practices that they do 11 on 11 on the normal size field. I don't think they ever train that way.
I don't know.
To my I've never seen that in practice videos or whatever.
Like pros?
Yeah, I've never seen them training, and it's this normal size field.
We don't get to see the whole practice.
This is true, but I've never seen it. That they're training
on lower levels. They run stuff. So why would they not do an upper level?
Caesar, Have you ever seen that? I
never got to see a full practice session.
And me neither. But
I don't see the 7-on-7. I only get to see the 7-on-7 half field.
On small
but I don't see what they're actually doing.
But I don't think that they practice where they get like 11 reserve team guys against your 11, like your starting 11 from the weekend, and you like play and talk about tactics. I don't think they do that.
But how? But I don't understand your point, though.
Because that's the tactics you're going against on the.
Yeah, but if you're doing a 7-on-7 and you're like, let's say, but.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
I mean, don't say nah though. You know what I'm saying?
No, I can say nah just because you're blind now.
No, I got new rights now.
I'll remember the future line in a second, but go ahead.
Tears to my eyes. But if you're doing 7-on-7, you could always do 4 midfielders and 3 strikers up top, or an attacker and a striker, and you could work on the offensive, how the offense is going to attack the defense. Yeah, you could do that. I don't know what you're knowing about. As if you know what's going on in practice. You literally said yourself you don't know what's going on, and I might be wrong when I say this.
Caesar, I'm talking about a 7-on-7. You can't learn the tactics of a team in a 7-on-7.
You can.
If you're playing against 11 guys on a big field.
Yeah, but when you're setting up an offense, you don't necessarily need all 11 to set it up from the top. You just start off on the half down.
I'm saying that Bielsa can't learn the tactics of this opponent, Derby County, from watching theirs.
Why are you attacking Derby County?
Because I think that was the team that got the guy that got
the
caught.
Extension?
I'm saying you can't learn their tactics that they're going to play you on Saturday from watching them doing a 7-on-7. You can't learn their tactics from that.
That's a good opinion to have.
You think you can learn the tactics of the team you're going to play on Saturday from watching them 7-on-7?
Yes.
You make no sense. How? Tell me how.
Because what if the...
Go ahead, Blondie.
All right, Baldy, hold on. Okay. Well, if the situation of the team is like, okay, well, this team likes to go from the midfield up to the right and cross in, you could do setups like that based upon their tactics.
You're missing 4 players.
Who am I missing 4 players? I don't need the center backs and the fullback to set up a damn cross. Just put the midfielder to the right wing and cross the ball in. What are you talking about?
You're going to tell me that the same thing you're going to do with 7 is the same you're going to do with 11?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. You sound crazy right now.
You sound crazy.
I think you're joking right now.
I'm not joking. I don't know what you're
joking. Are you joking or are you serious?
I'm serious right now.
Caesar, you're telling me that the same tactics that you have with 7 is the same you're going to have with 11.
If we're talking about or separating your practice to not run a whole scrimmage to figure out offense and defense at the same time tactics, but if you're splitting it in half, one time you're focusing on defense only, one time you're focusing on offense only, yeah, you could do a 7-on-7 in that situation.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that Bielsa sending the guy to spy on a 7-on-7 is not going to learn anything about what the team he's facing on Saturday is going to do when they have 11 on a big
Unless
field.
They're doing specific split practices on specific tactics of the game.
Caesar, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Are you joking or are you dead ass
joking?
Right? I think you're joking.
I'm not.
Caesar,
this Blondie's legit right now.
Caesar, now hold on. You're talking 7 players, correct?
I'm talking 7 players.
Okay, so what is it? You don't need center back, so you got a fullback?
No, I don't need that. I'm talking about you take the defense out and you start just working on offense.
Caesar, everybody plays defense. What are you talking about?
I'm talking if you just split the field, if you start to practice from the half line up and you're just setting up from midfield to strikers. Maybe you're just doing tactics based upon offensive possession without the defenders there.
That doesn't make it. Wait, so with the okay, so wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on right now. You're telling me 7 dudes without defenders?
Yeah.
Oh God!
Oh yeah!
Caesar, you're joking. Okay, you're joking. We'll keep going because you're joking. Obviously, you're not being serious right now. We've been doing this podcast for 91.
I'm serious.
You're not serious because you're not telling me that you can learn what a team is going to do when they're not facing defenders, dog. When they're not facing,
one side will have 7, the other side will have the defenders. They're going against you
because you don't run plays in soccer for real. You don't.
Yeah, but you run tactics.
Yeah, against players.
Yeah, so I'm saying other players will be there too, like defenders. It's a 7-on-7, so you have 7 on one side, 7 on the other. It's not 7 total. Get your hands off me, man.
Caesar, I just asked you.
Don't touch me.
You're not listening to me. Because I think you're joking and trolling me right now, but I don't know. But I need to find out if you're trolling me right now. Okay.
Tears in my eyes.
Caesar, are you trolling? You're trolling. Let's go to the next. You're trolling me right now. Are you trolling? You're broling. Okay.
I don't got time for this. There's already 15 minutes in the segment.
Yeah, because you're tripping right now, talking about 7-on-7 is the same as 11. Thank you. Anyway, okay.
I'm not tripping though. I'm not revisiting this. Continue.
Caesar, no,
It's done.
We're gonna settle this if you're not trolling me.
I'm not trolling you.
Okay, Caesar, just answer this question.
I'll answer all the questions.
Okay, Caesar, I'm gonna draw a diagram for you.
Okay, wow.
Let's say this is
bad already.
This is the field that the 11-on-11 field, the real field that you're gonna play on Saturday. Yes. Mm-hmm. The 7-on-7 field is like this. Correct. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be smaller. So
the 7-on-7 field.
Yes, you're annoying. This is usually my role.
707 Drake.
Okay, Caesar. I came across this article. I want to say that there's somebody we follow on We Made It Twitter. I think her name is Shireen Ahmed. I think she's from Canada, if I'm not mistaken. She does a podcast called, I think it's called Burn It All Down podcast or Burn It Down podcast. It's some women. It's 4 or 5 women or 3. It's 3 to 5 women.
Podcast 4 people on it.
I don't know if they all do it every single time, but it's like they're talking. I should read their bio, but
okay,
I don't have
you're good.
But like Burn It All Down or Burn It Down podcast, check them out. They're really cool. And we follow Shireen Ahmed on Twitter, and she's Canadian, and she like posts some interesting stuff about like women's issues when it comes to sports. But I came across this article on her Twitter, and the reason why I'll say this before we get into it, like this is for 2 reasons important to me. So you're trying to get me out of the camera big time now.
No, I'm not.
Dang, I gotta lean all in.
No, you know, you were like that the whole time. You've been leaning the whole episode.
All right. Anyway, Caesar trying to get blind people only in the camera.
That's not true.
Jeez, you bleaching? I think Caesar's bleaching, not just his hair.
Oh, okay.
Him a bleach.
It's been a long winter.
Okay. 2 things. One. Syria as a nation is near and dear to my heart, and I do want to do the docu-series about professional sports in Syria during the war. We're definitely going to do that. Also, we were big advocates for Jill Ellis to become, at least get an interview for the coach of the men's national team. At least get an interview.
Most decorated soccer coach in American history.
Yes. So I came across this article as a Syrian woman who coaches a men's team in Syria. A woman that's coaching a men's team.
Wait a minute. Did you just say in Syria?
In Syria.
Wow, that's against all the norms I've heard.
You would never think that, right?
Wow.
Well, the people that don't know. Her name is Maha Janud. She's 32 years old. She used to play for the Syrian women's national team.
Okay. She
says she believes that she's the first woman in the Middle East to coach a professional men's side.
Probably.
I would imagine so. This is another thing that I was like, this is so cool because it's a 2nd division team. I'm like, I love that y'all still got promotion relegation in Syria.
But we can't get the United States of America.
War. They
Over
got
here,
a war.
We're including FC Cincinnati and Minneapolis.
I'm like, yo, dog, like they still got Pro Rel in Syria right now. She's coaching a Division II side, and we can't even get nothing close to the sort here in America with no whoa.
Whoa.
Anyway, she said a few things that she said about coaching this team. She said that when the person is carrying this message of coaching, is confident of their information and has special charisma and leadership on the pitch, it makes no difference between a man and a woman. She said, winning the player's acceptance may have been helped by the fact that Janud used to play for the same club, Muhafaza. I think it's Muhafaza. I'm not gonna go that hard, but
I mean, you could though.
She played in the women's team, but she began coaching that team. She began coaching after an injury ended her playing career. A player for that team, Muhafaza, the men's team, said that at first it was a little bit hard, but then we got used to this. She became like a sister or a friend, and he said it's normal for them. They're trying to earn promotion back into the Syrian top tier. So far this season, they've won 8 out of 10 league matches and drawn the other 2, so they haven't lost. When did this article come out? You know what's annoying? They don't have a date on it.
No, at the top?
No, there's no date. It's from Reuters, though.
Wow.
what else? That's pretty much it. But yeah, I was like, that is like really cool, especially coming out of the Middle East, where people would never think that a woman could like have that position over men, because that's different than like politics or like in the parliament and things like that, because there's a distance between you and the people.
Yeah.
And then, like, who knows what's going on behind closed doors? But, like, when she's really the coach and manager of this soccer team, she's the one saying, I'm subbing this dude out. And you know what I mean? Like, you got to really take her orders.
I mean, it gets a lot. I mean, I think, honestly, when I was even younger, I used to kind of have arguments with my teammates about, like, why there's no female basketball coaches and stuff like that in the league. And I never really understood, because I remember when I was young, I found out about Pat Sullivan. And how decorated she was, the Tennessee I think it's women volunteers. I forgot what they're called.
Lady volunteers.
Lady volunteers.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, like she's a really good coach. Like, why couldn't I remember at the time there was like debate of like, oh, who should the Lakers get or something like that. Well, I was like, why don't they get Pat Sullivan? Like, she's a legend.
What do you? It ain't like you're playing.
They're like, oh, let's bring back Phil. And I know, of course, he won. But I'm like, yo, he can barely walk.
It ain't like you playing 1-on-1 with the players, yo. Like,
no, and you know what the weakest things I heard? I'm like, oh, what about the locker room? I'm like, okay, let's keep two things real here. Number one, like during practices, there's like no coach really in the locker room that hardcore. Like the coach goes in his room, then later on you meet up. But no one's walking around naked talking to the coach.
Yeah.
So that's immature, and I feel like someone who says that doesn't play. Like, you don't play, you don't know what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
And second of all, like, during games, too, like, halftime, no one gets all up naked in halftime, too, during games. So, knock that all off.
Please.
I just think, it's really about time. I think you can't tell me that a female coach can't recognize the athletic ability of players and use it to their advantage. I mean,
just like the men.
To be very, very honest with you, USA men's national team, I would arguably across the board, the women players are much more athletic than the male players.
We've talked about
across
this before.
the board.
Yeah.
So I'm sure
they're doing something better over there.
I'm sure she knows what to do with the limited skill set she has in the men's team compared to her female players with the center backs are Megan people.
You feel me?
They don't even have two of the consistent center backs in the males team, so I don't even want to hear that right now.
Matt Biesler?
Yeah, please stop.
Yeah. Like the one sport that I might consider, if somebody say I think the sport that would be hard to have a female coach is football, like American football.
I don't disason with that.
Yeah, that might be hard because you don't really have like the same opportunities to play. But like soccer, basketball, whatever, tennis, yeah. There's no reason why you can't have a female coach.
Yeah, and I mean for football, like I could see a female like skill, like a specialist coach, like if they want to be
kicker
like,
or something like that.
Yeah, or even if they're like strength training, like even those guys are really important. Those are really important.
Absolutely.
Those guys make it big, so that could be fine. I mean, like I can hear the argument, but like if someone could argue to me and tell me why I'd be okay, I'd be like, okay, like show me and I'm down. Like I wouldn't be mad if a team even took a chance. I'm like, I'm not mad at that.
No, of course not. No.
But for sure, like honestly, like guaranteed for other sports, yeah,
soccer,
you can go
basketball, it's like
easy.
I also want to give some love to Helena Costa, is a Portuguese woman. She was the first woman to coach a men's professional soccer team in France. She coached the second division team too, and she was pretty successful. Well, no, I think she like left after a little bit because she was complaining about upper management. Then another woman replaced her at Claremont Foot 63. I've heard of them as a random team name, but Helena Costa is a Portuguese woman. She did coach a men's team in France as well.
When I was in high school, we had a coach that came in, interim coach that came in for the replacement of our esteemed 20-year Long Beach League coach who just retired. They got a guy who used to play a little bit for like a year, and he came in and coached our team to a CIF final.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna keep it real. During the practice, it wasn't even like really coaching. It was just like, you play this, you position, oh, you do this. Like, it wasn't even hardcore. You're telling me some female coach has been doing this for a long time wouldn't do excellent at position, if not thrive?
Yeah.
Like, let's relax a little bit here.
She also coached some boys teams at Benfica.
Really?
Yeah. Not like senior level, but like some of the lower tier teams.
And in basketball, I think the Spurs have hired multiple female coaches over the years. The Dallas Mavericks had a female coach for their youth team, for their B team or whatever it's called.
And honestly, when it comes to coaching, like you don't necessarily have to have played the sport at a high level.
No,
you don't necessarily.
How many male coaches have never played the sport?
Like so many. I remember one time Brandon Marshall, I think, was talking about, or some receiver was talking about. God, who's Josh McDaniel? I want to say.
Oh, yeah, he never played.
He was like, I don't think coach ever played. So you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, but like he was saying that in a derogatory way. But obviously, it's a successful coach. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean,
you were at the highest level.
Yeah, I think that's dope that in Syria there is a woman coaching a Division II team trying to get promoted.
You would think a place that you don't consider to be progressive is out here as a female coach.
I'm not even going to get all into all this politics, but I remember.
But you know though.
But I seen some people that when the war is going on talking about women's rights in Syria. I'm like, nah, actually, like, not to say it's perfect. Obviously, nowhere is perfect, and everywhere has like different cultural norms. But I'm like, women get it cracking, dog. Don't ever cap.
Women get it cracking.
They do their thing out there. Don't ever cap.
Don't get it tripping. Don't get it twisted. Their women get it cracking.
They're doing their thing out there. Ever cap on your boy. Okay, Caesar. Before we get into these game recaps, I just want to talk really quick. The AFC Asian Cup is going on right now.
Hey.
It literally does not air in America.
Hurts my heart.
Literally does not air.
I'd like to see it.
Yeah, me too.
You don't think I want to watch? It'd probably be fun.
The quarterfinals right now is Vietnam versus Japan.
That's nuts.
They're playing tomorrow. China versus Iran. South Korea versus Qatar, and UAE versus Australia. Who do you? I'm not going to ask you like who you think's going to win.
Yeah, don't ask me about Vietnam and Japan.
Obviously, we don't really know that much about these teams, but who do you want to win? Vietnam, Japan.
Vietnam, Japan. I want Japan to win. Come on.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they was out here colonizing all the people out there and over there.
Who wasn't?
Okay, I'm going for Japan too, just as Harajuku girls. China versus Iran.
I'm gonna go for China.
Okay, I'm going for Iran, bitch.
I know
you know you're going because
I'm gonna go for China because you're going for Iran.
Okay, because I want to eat on. You remember that episode? What episode that was like, eat on? Why was I doing that? So stupid. I'm going for Iran because I really want to visit Ahvaz.
Let's relax. Continue, please.
It's a city in southern Iran.
I'm going for Beijing and China because they have the worst air quality, and I want to see if they can persevere.
Okay. South Korea versus Qatar. Who are you going for?
I'm going for South Korea. What I look like?
Oh yeah, me too. UAE, United Arab Emirates versus Australia.
UAE.
Really?
I'm not going for the Socceroos.
I'm gonna go for Australia just because Yemen, free Yemen.
I'm not going for Socceroos because in Django, because in the movie Django, they had Australian slave captors.
Oh, that was so annoying.
That was like weird.
Tarantino was a weirdo. Okay, Caesar. Really quick, we'll get into these game recaps. Oh, we're making good time here. Caesar, your boy did watch Real Madrid versus Sevilla. What else did I watch really quick? Oh, I watched Arsenal versus Chelsea. That was turned up. What you looking at?
My phone's going.
Relax. I watched mostly just the goals in PSG 9.
What game is it?
Which one?
Fulham Tottenham. Okay.
You're tripping right now. Let me start over since you're tripping. I did watch Real Madrid versus Sevilla.
Me too.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You watched highlights. Thank you. I watched Arsenal versus Chelsea, which was turned up. I watched PSG beat Guingamp 9-0. Yeah. Well, I didn't watch the whole game. I mostly just watched the goals.
Same thing when you watch the highlights.
I tried to watch Fulham versus Tottenham. I couldn't do it.
That's rough.
I tried, honestly. I was like, you know what? Because I felt bad because I like dissed Tottenham, saying I don't really like to watch them play the episode before. I was like, let me try to watch them play to see like how they would do without Harry Kane. I was like, I can't watch this. Okay, Caesar, Real Madrid versus Sevilla. I was really interested to see. Okay, coming into the game because I saw Benzema break his pinky. What you over there do? You over there rolling your eyes? Oh, you said you got a lot to say about Real Madrid. Is it this part or in transfers?
Transfers.
Okay, all right.
I gotta go hard.
Okay.
It's brewing in me.
Okay, Bruja in you.
Don't say that.
Yeah. Okay. I was interested to see what they would do without Benzema, but he's back with a cast on his hand.
I'm like, wow, you can't play without a broken pinky. Get up.
No, I thought he wasn't gonna play.
No, but they were like, oh, he might miss time. I'm like, why do you need to miss time for a broken pinky? Run out there, homie. Get out there in the field. Run around. Do some jumping jacks.
We'll see what you know what you sound like this month, really?
No, not yet. I got 7 months left, 7 days left of fun.
Okay. In the 3rd minute, I put that Real Madrid is looking fast and sharp. In the 6th minute, I put that Vinicius Jr. I have some slight criticisms of him in this game.
Of course, you like to criticize an 18-year-old. Go ahead.
Slight.
Go ahead.
You're funny,
this
dog.
month?
You're funny. Hey, you said... do mine start earlier because I'm darker than you? Because you're blonde now?
Yeah, I get half the month.
Yeah. I said that he's got to work on, like, his shot not necessarily his shot, but I feel like he often tries to finesse shoot, and sometimes you got to kick the ball hard. And I don't know if he can, but I'm getting to something later.
Can I say something back about that?
Yes.
I think that he's like really trying to do placement. Looks like he's trying to place. It's about placement. When they're finessing it, I think it's about placement.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And you just want him to shoot.
Sometimes you got to shoot that rock.
Let it go. Let it rock.
Like sometimes there's no placement. You got to get it in there fast.
No,
but I know. It's not.
I hear you though.
Yeah.
That's what I would tell him too if I was like his coach. But sometimes just let it loose, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like
that side foot, just go hard.
Like the goalie's either gonna save it or he's not. But that doesn't have much to do with like. You placing the ball.
You know what? I remember one time my coach told me sometimes when you're trying to play shots, because I also when I was younger I was having a hard time scoring. He's like, you're focused so much on placing, but at the same time you're aiming, the goalie's watching you're aiming. Mm-hmm. So if you just let loose, it's unpredictable for you and unpredictable for him. Just make sure it's on frame. So sometimes you just gotta just go.
Yeah.
Just swing that foot.
Yeah, you feel me? But I got something else later. Okay. 23rd minute, I said that even though we said this a million times, in the 23rd minute, I put all that's wrong with Real Madrid is that they're missing a forward that wants to score.
I agree.
That's it. That's literally the only thing. They don't.
What do you think Benzema's first prerogative is? Create.
Yeah, he's not like a creator guy.
Ronaldo was a gun trigger.
Yeah, exactly. They just need somebody that's a forward that wants to score. 27th minute. Oh, this is funny. Oh God. This is like why we made it so important. In the 27th minute, it was Phil Shane and Ray Hudson doing the commentary. Phil asks Ray if Real Madrid has any weaknesses. Ray says they need a backup for Benz or Bale, like a point man, like a 9. I'm like, no, they don't need a number 9. They need somebody on that wing somewhere that can get it cracking. They don't need no Mauro Icardi or a Harry Kane. I'm like, I'm like, you're watching the game. Obviously, you've watched these games. I hear you watching the game. What are you seeing? It's weird. Anyway, in the 37th minute, Modric went down with a gash on his head. I did put that the ref was being kind of lazy that game. I did think that they should have subbed out Luka Modric at halftime after that injury, but they didn't. They kept him in. In the 44th minute, I said Real Madrid was on a good forward run, but there was like literally nobody in the middle. It was crazy. Benzema was like way back because that's what he does. Second half, Luka Modric still on. 51st minute, I said you can't even think who will score for Real Madrid. I was like, you can't think who's gonna score. Like,
it just might happen.
Yeah, exactly, and that's literally what happened. Let's see. Oh, Ever Banega got a yellow card, of course. Some 58th minute or so, I put Real Madrid has had some good chances, but they're hella boring. Okay, this is what I put in the 63rd minute about Vinicius Jr. It was a bad shot by him. That's okay, but I feel like his feet are small. Like, I feel like he has small feet, and that's why I just feel like I feel like he has small feet, dog. Like, do he wear 9s? I feel like he wears 9s.
I think you're reaching.
You think so?
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you.
What if you find out he wear 9s?
I think it's better to have smaller feet in soccer. Be honest with you, because it's easier to dribble, easier to get on the ball for shoot power too.
You think Ronaldo? Bleak probably got some big feet. He's African.
Yeah, he did, but he's an anomaly.
Okay, I didn't know what you were gonna say.
He's an anomaly.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like he has small feet, and not that that's a bad thing necessarily. But
I think it's a better thing.
There was a shot. I wish I could remember
exactly what size thing Messi has.
I don't know, but he's tiny. He's a different player.
Look,
he's an alien. But there was a shot where I was like, yo, like how come he's not getting that much power?
He's never been a power shooter.
You see Neymar? Neymar is skinny and frail. He can shoot that ball really hard.
I think he's like a little bigger than Vinicius though.
Yeah, but like a little bit.
But the thing is,
they're both skinny.
I think though with Vinicius, it's like, when he came, I think let's just keep it real. When they got him, do you think the expectation was to give Vinicius Jr. 18 and just have him running all these games right now? I think that they were like, we have Asensio here, we have these guys here, we're just gonna slowly work him in over time. He's out here getting burned now. And then one thing I say positive watching Real, the difference is that at least he's one of the wingers out here doing it. He's over there.
He's a good creative player.
He's over here making some runs. I'm like, he's making runs. Ben isn't even making these runs.
No, I by no means am I saying he's bad because honestly he's been the best. He's been like a revelation for them. Yeah, and he's their best player right now.
Yeah, and I was like, look, like I'm down for him. I'm down for him to have all these things right now because that's so much. You always want to have so much to build on.
Oh, absolutely.
You want to, especially 18. That's crazy.
No, I agree.
I know.
I'm not really criticizing him as a player. I'm just kind of like wondering, like, what's the. Obviously, he's still going to grow too, but I'm just wondering, like, what's.
I never seen him boom it, to be honest with you. I've never seen him boom a shot.
Yeah, and it's not like I'm not saying he can't because I'm sure he can, but it was like there's some times I was like, yo, like every player shoots that ball hard. Like, why didn't you? Do you got small feet?
Good point.
You know,
it's either that or just like a trait. Like it's like a habit for him to finesse things.
Yeah, probably.
It's probably a habit.
Yeah, and he probably like in practice and stuff, he like be doing like really cool goals like that. But you know,
it's confidence too. All that. I mean, your big game with Sevilla too.
Yeah.
You know what? That might be a thing too, because sometimes when you like don't have all that confidence, not to say he's not a confident dude.
I think he is confident.
No, I'm sure he is, but I'm saying like when you're in a game like that, maybe like you don't want to be the dude to sort with your boomer, so you want to be like finesse. So it's, you know, if you finesse it, it'll be on frame.
Well, that one went way out of the way, but it wasn't like. It was like
all you got to do is show him the tape of Bleep shooting it to the
literally
throw-in.
parallel.
Be like, hey, he can do it. You can do it too. Be like, and then if they criticize, be like, y'all remember that?
But he does that almost every game though. Okay. In the 75th minute, Meteor came on for Andre Silva in the 75th minute, but also in the 75th minute, Real Madrid had 12 shots, none on target. 77th minute, Isco came on for Vasquez. The fans did cheer for him.
I'm telling you. Like, remember I told you.
I hate Solari. I hate Solari.
It made me more upset. Remember I told you, you were like, oh, I'm like, yo, like, no one's mad at him. Like, everybody's literally like, when he gets off the bench, they start cheering.
Solari's stupid, dog. And it's weird that people have his back. Like, who is this guy? Who are you? Anyway.
Only the corporate dudes got his back.
You feel me? 78th minute, Casemiro scored that long distance goal. Goalie did get his hand on it. I don't know if it was a 2-goaler.
He went over there, saw the post.
So he saw the post. He's like, oh, I'll shoot it. He didn't really have that good of a game though. Casemiro still. I guess he's like working his way back into shape. I don't know, but that goal, like obviously it's good for the team. You need a goal, but like it's kind of whack though. Like it's lucky. What? Oh, yo, this was wild.
It's kind of whack though. It's lucky.
Yes. 87th minute. This was crazy. Okay, Real Madrid's on a counter after the corner. I think they'd already passed the halfway line, or they're like right there. The ref stops the play for a foul during the corner. Like, didn't give the like. It was the weird, one of the weirdest things I've ever seen.
What?
I'm like, okay, if the foul's on Sevilla, they're already on the counter.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something in the rule book. I have no idea. I'm like, why are you bringing it back? And Sergio Ramos was so mad too.
That's ridiculous. That's like on FIFA.
No, it was crazy. 92nd minute, Modric got that goal. He stole the ball off of some dude, Carrizo or whatever, and scored a nice goal. 2-0 to Real Madrid. That's a big win for them. They needed that. Don't ever.
No, it wasn't like the watch.
I'm gonna go through Arsenal Chelsea really fast. It was a big game for Arsenal and Chelsea too. Honestly, they're both going through some issues. Let me pull this article about Mauricio Sarri too. He's wilding out right now. What a pessimistic fella that is. Okay, Guendouzi and Torreira started. I was like, they're gonna win. Here's the thing. Oh, this was I read an opinion piece after the game, and it was very interesting. And I just got to give us so much more credit. Like, there's a lot of people out here that write about football, and I'm just like, it blows my mind how little they know about the sport. Like, it blows my mind.
Yeah.
Chelsea didn't start a 9. They had no center forward.
It was doing the whole Hazard thing up top.
It was Hazard, Willian, and Pedro starting. That's the reason they lost. Like, that's the reason.
It's the second time I've seen it. I'm like, what are we doing out here?
Like, you can score like that.
That's cute.
But, like...
It was like the Liverpool Sterling thing.
Yeah. Like, you can score like... But like, even worse, because Sterling, like, bought into that role, and Hazard can't do that.
He's not that guy.
That's not his... Like, that's not for him to do. They literally lost that game because they didn't start a 9. There were so many times I'm like, there's nobody in the box. I'm going to skip most of this. There was a point in time where Marcus Murderer Alonso got in the box. I'm like, dog, just because he's tall. I'm like, this is so
It's never that serious.
It's never that serious.
You stay back there,
like,
buddy.
He can shoot the ball pretty well, but like not trying to get in the box. You gotta
no, he's not that guy.
Yeah, no. But anyway, I'm gonna skip some stuff. Lacazette had an amazing game. He had a goal in the 14th minute. Oh my goodness, it was amazing. He controlled it from a Bellerin pass that was really hard. Before the game, actually, I put that I kind of feel like Marcos Alonso can be taken advantage of because he's not a great defender. He's really tall and kind of like...
He's more attacking.
Yeah, he's kind of like not super athletic. Mm-hmm. He's a good player, though, but like I felt like he can be taken advantage of. Oh, in the second minute, I put that Chelsea had already made like 4 mistakes. But anyway... early on before the goal, I did put that Arsenal's playing well, but Lacazette got this goal. He got a great control from a Bellerin pass, and just like I can't like I wish I could show the highlight of the goal. It's an amazing goal. Lacazette is just literally like one of the top center forwards in the world. Honestly, we already know that, but like for the people who don't really get it, like y'all got to know that Lacazette is literally one of the top center forwards in the world.
He's legit,
and he could play on any team and be like a superstar.
First Barcelona.
and honestly, like in my opinion, Alexander Lacazette is a superstar, but like it just sucks because he's not going to get that level of shine. And
Aubameyang, he should, because he's incredible.
He should, and Aubameyang scoring a lot of the goals, but like Lacazette's goals are like really impressive. Chelsea had some chances early, but it was whatever. Koscielny ended up scoring their second goal in the 39th minute. It was a great set piece that led to a goal. I think Torreira sent it in. Somebody headed the ball into the box, and like Koscielny got on the end of it, scored in the second half. In the second half, I put that. I forgot Willian was playing. Honestly, I was like, what? Oh yeah, Willian's out there. He didn't do shit. 54th minute, I put that. I feel bad for Hazard because he's not playing with the 9. Let me go ahead and skip some of this stuff. Oh, in the 95th minute, there was a yellow card on what's his name? Is it Ross Barkley?
Yeah.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Ross Barkley had a yellow card on Guendouzi. I'm like, that's African on African crime right there, dog.
Okay.
African on African crime. Dang, dog.
Guendouzi and
oh gosh, in the last minute, like Chelsea's passing the ball around. I'm like, you got to whip in a cross, dude. Giroud came on late in the game. He did nothing. In the 67th minute, he did nothing. Oh, Bellerin got injured. I'm thinking he might be out for the season.
That was bad?
Yeah, it looked pretty bad. He was crying. It was bad. And I heard Neymar got injured today, but in the cup game. And the guy said that he was in tears. I don't know if you could like look it up, but they played a cup game against Strasbourg. But yeah, Giroud did nothing. Arsenal has Cardiff City next, and Chelsea's got Bournemouth next. Arsenal looked amazing in this game. They won 2-0. I really enjoyed watching Arsenal. Torreira's amazing, and Guendouzi's playing really well. Lacazette, Aubameyang, they defend so much. It's great to watch. You see anything?
Yeah, just no updates.
No updates? Okay.
They're worried about it, though. Yeah. He's in the hospital.
Oof. I wonder if it was his knee.
It's his foot.
Oh, it was his foot last year, too. Hopefully it's not
apparently this guy was going hard on him.
Somebody.
And then Neymar did antagonize him, too, by doing the rainbow flick, going at him, and then,
Well, I'll see the highlights.
I got to watch before I judge, but that's what it looks like.
Yeah, me too.
Neymar.
Whatever. In my opinion, there's no such thing as antagonizing somebody on the pitch with your moves. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Like that's
what the article said. I was reading.
Like, it sucks that soccer culture has that, but for me, like, you're corny if you foul somebody because they put a move on you. Like, I think you're really.
Like, why don't you just stop him?
Yeah.
Stop the move.
I wouldn't mind if you just like kind of grab and hold him.
Yeah, like did in basketball. Like,
yeah, exactly. But like not like.
Or you just stepped in front of him, like when he tries to do it, just like stand there.
But not like be trying to hurt somebody or like.
When you like go to cleat him, like what are you doing? You don't get to take you don't get to take justice or authority in your hands
because he did a rainbow flick over you.
Stop it! Just stop the play.
Exactly. 5-game ban.
Down. Point off your record.
Big facts. Okay, PSG beat Guingamp 9-0. It was crazy. Cavani got a hat trick. Mbappe got a hat trick. Neymar got a brace, and Meunier scored. I felt bad for Neymar. I wanted him to get that hat trick so bad.
Oh yeah, you want him to get 10 goals on Gump?
I don't care. Score 20.
Right.
But that was a crazy game.
I'll never forget when Spain dropped like 20 on Tahiti.
No, it was Australia dropped like 22 on them.
Spain dropped like 11-0 something like that in Tahiti in like the Confed Cup or something like that. and then Brazil went and beat Spain 4-0, and they were like, "That's for Tahiti." I was like, "Hey,
what's the name?"
I think it was Tahiti or something, Fiji or something.
Australia beat American Samoa 22-0 or something like that.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Way back in the day, that was 2002 or something like that.
That should be a band too.
Yo, Monaco lost 5-1 at home to Strasbourg. They're in 19th place.
You know what's crazy? I think the first half of the game it was 1-1.
It was crazy.
And I was like, oh, I was looking at...
Your boy Naldo got... is that his name? Naldo or something? Whatever.
Don't say that's my boy.
That's your boy, dog.
He's 35.
And?
I don't need
bring
that.
In tears
that's
too?
A terrible signing. I wanted Monaco to get... This is right here. I wanted Monaco to get that Zagadou guy from BVB. This big old defender, he's so good. I'm like, he doesn't even get burned. Get him.
I never heard of him.
Pick him up on loan. They get Naldo.
Yeah, I think he had a red card early. Yeah, that was 5-1. Should Henri be fired? What's up?
No, he took on a team mid-year. Didn't get fired for that.
What a bad choice. Anyway, Caesar, let's talk about these big transfers really quick. It looks like your boy Alvaro Morata's going to Atleti. What do you think?
Weak.
Why?
You can't do that. Real Madrid Athletic, that's a sin to me. I don't like that's whack.
He never liked Real Madrid.
I'm not going to support no dude.
But do you think it's a good signing for Atleti, though?
I mean, I guess. Yeah, I mean, he's not going to be getting much more burn either.
Well,
you're behind Greasy and Diego Costa.
Diego Costa hasn't played in 3 years. You don't even know what you're talking about.
What are you doing right now?
Honestly,
what are you doing right now?
People.
What do you mean he's played 3 years?
Blonde, violent people here.
This is violence against blondes. But I think... Honestly, to keep it real, I think it's a good signing because Morata. The thing is, Morata, especially when you have somebody like Griezmann and the players you have Gelston Supermarket and they have Tom.
I haven't seen him in a long time either.
I think what's good about Morata is that he's able to set people up too. He's much more than disposition.
No, he's gonna ball out.
He's probably gonna be happy back in Spain. I know he misses it.
I don't think he likes Spain. That future line. Put some blonde in my dreads. I went Tupac. It's a song Tupac off of. I think it's on Monster. That's my joint right there. Put some blonde in my dreads. I went Tupac. Anyway, that's what you did there. Again. Higuain to Chelsea. It's official.
Yeah, I hope so because they need a 9 clearly.
Well, they got Giroud. Sarri's a weirdo. Sarri, he's talking about it's hard to motivate the players.
It's good to do it because Sarri kind of has a crush on Higuain, so they're gonna get along great.
Yeah, but he's being weird. I'm like, why are you talking about it's hard to motivate them? These guys get in the media and talk too much, dude.
But what if we're kind of onto something with these players in England, just with the way the wages are and everything? Maybe these guys are kind of hard to work with. Maybe I'm just saying maybe. Let's entertain the devil's advocate.
No, but I just think at some point it's like if you're Eden Hazard. And you're Willian or Pedro or whatever, you need to play off of a center forward. Your tactics is cute, but we need a center forward, dude. Unless we're gonna play some kind of weird 4-4-2. But the way the team is set up, you got Pedro and Willian, and Hazard.
They run a 4-3 with 3 wingers up top. It's awkward as hell,
dude. You need a center forward to play up. You need somebody to push the line. You need somebody in the box.
I agree. I think Higuain's a good signing now.
No, he's an amazing signing.
Yeah, even though he's kind of been off this year in Milan, but I think he's beginning.
Milan sucks. That's why.
He's gonna be getting dimers again.
Oh yeah,
he has Kovacic out there, but you know it's weird. All Kovacic does is pass to Jorginho though, but I'm down.
I don't even know if that's true, but I don't care. I just like that you said it. I know you haven't watched Chelsea for real this year, but I love that you said that.
Every single time I would watch Real Kovacic, the most exciting thing would ever be was to watch Kovacic dribble the ball.
Oh yeah,
I'm watching hindsight. I don't even see it anymore.
You know why? You know why though? Because Hazard.
Sorry's just pass it to Jorginho though. You know what I'm saying?
Because you know why? Because he's kind of on the left of the formation, and
you don't have that freedom.
And because Hazard's right there.
You gotta dish it off to both those.
Yeah. Also, your boy Kevin Prince Boateng to Barcelona.
I just want to say that move is beautiful for him. It's really been awesome to see him almost resurrect his career. I never forget the tournament when they talked about the situation he was having a public outcry and against Ghana and the administration, and they were trying to pin Muntari and him against each other. Muntari were like, "Nah, we're brothers," and they posted pictures of hanging out together. It's great to see him come back. We watched him in Las Palmas. He was balling in Las Palmas.
He had some crazy karate kick.
He won. He beat Bayern with Frankfurt in the cup.
Frankfurt.
He's been having a great comeback. Final. And every time he moves, all the old teams comment happy things about him. So everybody can say what they want about him having the bad in the locker room. Clearly, teams
that?
There was comments he's been in locker room issues in the past.
What, 10
teams
years
like
ago?
Sassuolo and Frankfurt have commented on the post saying oh, like, congratulations, happy, like, eagle, whatever, all these emojis, really cool. But this is going to lead me to something right now. What's Real Madrid doing? Like, real talk right now.
Nothing.
So, let's get... I don't ever like to give Barcelona praise. I don't care about Barcelona. I really don't. But what is the first thing Barcelona did when Neymar left? What's the first thing Barcelona did?
Got Dembele.
Got Dembele, whatever. And we talked about this and we said it's not... We didn't think it's ideal fit, but what they do? They did something. They did something. And they've done things since then.
They just got this De Jong, the dude from Ajax.
They got De Jong, who's a baller, who was helping us out on career mode on FIFA. They're doing things. They've gotten Paulinho. They've gotten Vidal. They've tried. They're putting stuff out there. What's Real Madrid doing? Kicking it and benching people. The best thing Real Madrid can do, be like, oh, we're gonna give some Uruguayan young kid some burn today. Oh, we're gonna bench Isco and start Who's-It-McCall-It's. Like it's like, oh, it's okay. We don't need to get a fullback. We got Reguilon coming in off of Castilla today, get some burn. Like no, like on the regular, like we don't need that. And I think that it's a real shame. I think that the number one thing to do was to be like, they had to take two positions. Either you ride with Bale or you get something. But even if you don't ride with Bale, like, even if you're all right in Bale, there's nothing wrong with getting a player that complements on the left side. What would be wrong with getting a Son? What would be wrong with getting even your boy Perisic? Like, that... I didn't even want Perisic, but I'd be like, hey, they did something.
Are they having financial restrictions because of anything?
You can't have a financial restriction if you sold a player for $100 million.
Big fact.
That means you have space, you have money. You haven't really purchased anything serious in the market in 2 years. You purchased Rodrigo, which is like late money coming in late, and you purchased Vinicius Jr. for like $12 million or something like that, like whatever it was. Like, I don't know what's going on here, but you need to do something.
Who do you want them to get? It doesn't seem like they got 8 days to get somebody in January, 7 days to get somebody in January transfer window. I think that ship has sailed.
I know that I've seen Hazard keep Real Madrid in his mouth a little bit. Like, I've seen him talk about it. He made it to the common Real Madrid before. I don't know. I don't really know what's popping.
Yeah, but that's not until summer, dog.
No, I agree, but I don't know when it is. I don't think Real Madrid is going to get anybody right now, and I think that's really whack. That's really whack to me, because I'm like, yo, like, you lost one of the best players in the world off top. The best player in the world.
Basically.
You didn't even attempt to get the number 5 player, then even the top 10 player.
You didn't get no top 15 guy.
You got a top 10 in Brazil.
You could have got Pulisic.
He only be top 10 because he was 18.
Oh, Vinicius? Yeah. No, that's not going to make your team.
Yo, that's a future, but we need the answers for now. You could have got someone to study. Honestly, if they got like Zlatan, but they did something. Yeah. That's whack to me, but I'm talking about something. They got whatever. Tell you, I don't care what it is. So, that's just whack to me.
No, I feel you. Honestly, like, I kind of gave up on Real Madrid this season.
They're going to call it. I'm going to call it too. Go ahead. We're calling it in this year. They're gonna back the truck up. We're just gonna sit at home and eat some losses. That's what they want to do this year. All right.
Hopefully they be in the Champions League.
Whatever. I hope they don't say they learn a lesson. They fire Sala so they learn what they did wrong. Because apparently with these clubs, you only learn when things catch on fire.
I was gonna say hopefully they end up in Champions League playoffs qualifiers, so they'd be playing all in like July.
Apart from it, the Kevin move, I think it's interesting.
Who?
Kevin Prince Boateng. I think it's an interesting move because Valverde was talking about how they're looking for attacking players to play.
He played today too, by the way.
I want to see it actually.
Against Sevilla. I don't know if they won though. Let me see.
Valverde talked about how he wanted players. He's losing players like Munir. He didn't comment on Dennis Suarez, but obviously Dennis Suarez leaves, especially with the all coming into
Arsenal.
Yeah. So I think with Kevin Prince Boateng is that he's a player who. What I love about him is he just buys into the system. Mm-hmm. At Schalke he was literally playing a deep mid. Deep mid at Schalke, like super deep. And then at Las Palmas he was a straight 9 for them. At Sassuolo he was playing like kind of a 9, but also a little bit back too. So he can do it all for you.
Oh, he's definitely
that's the kind of player you get. But what's actually crazy to me is he was like 9 mil or something like that, an 8 mil option to buy. I'm like, wow, that's cheap.
Wow.
He's a player though you want to get because. If you're looking for somebody who can do 2 things, he can do it for you. He can do it all. And at practice, he was putting that sauce on them at practice.
Barca practice?
Oh, my God.
Oh, you watched it?
I was watching the Barca. He was like doing back heel goals on the goalie, doing flick, doing lobs over goals. I'm like, dang, you want to relax right now?
Was it 11 on 11 on the normal size
field? It was a 6 on 6 on a 2% field.
Thank you. They lost today 2-0 in the first leg of the Copa, I guess it's quarterfinals. Whatever. Yeah, no, I think it's a cool move too. You said plenty. Whatever. Okay, Caesar, what's up with the Super Bowl? Who is it? Saints versus
What?
No, it's
LA versus
Patriots versus Rams. Who you got in the Super Bowl?
I got the Patriots winning. I think everybody's saying that LA's gonna win because the NFL wants it. You got to twist it, homie. NFL wants LA to be in the final just so they can get the viewership. But it doesn't matter who wins or not. I think that they did a good job not calling that crazy pass interference.
Worst play I've ever seen.
And then LA's in the final. Their views are going to be super high. Apparently, like the last game they had was like the highest in like 28 years or something. The views. So viewership's already up. Once again, the dying NFL is getting more views.
You know, Los Angeles will show up when you're when you're around at the end. In the beginning, they ain't gonna show up. But
we live in the greater Los Angeles, Orange County areas or whatever. We actually live in the Los Angeles area. You already see all the brand new Rams fans. It's already the movements here. You know how LA fans are. They're here when it's popping. They're gone when it's dead.
I want the Raiders to come back here so we can get some real fights.
Actually, I'm kind of down for not these weak ones.
Yeah, no. I want
the Raiders are going to Las Vegas now.
Yeah, well, there's some good fights out there too.
It's gonna be lit.
Yeah, that's all California people in Vegas anyway.
Yeah, that's gonna be all LA fans driving out there. Yeah, they're gonna be like, cool. I don't have to go to SF for games anymore. Okay. Oakland.
Yeah, I can never go for a LA team, but it's hard for me to go for Tom Brady after that video.
Me too, but I think they're gonna win though.
Yeah, I can't be going for the LA team though, huh?
Also, I want to say, I remember when the Chiefs Patriots game, the number one thing I told myself when everybody was super hyped off the Chiefs scoring. I looked at the clock. I said 2:03 left on the clock. I'm like, homie, you don't. What are you cheering about? Yeah, he does this. Too. I looked at 2:03. There's literally,
and they still had the 2-minute warning.
I was like, and then 3 timeouts.
Yeah, that's exactly what I saw too. I was like, yeah, that's the.
I haven't watched hardcore football, but I know.
Yeah,
and I remember I was like in my head, I thought I was sitting there. I was like, I can remember. There's 5 quarterbacks you can name in the last 10 years that when it's 2 minutes left, you're not safe. It's Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, even Eli Manning.
Well, and then Super Bowls.
Oh, I'm saying the last 10 years.
Yeah. Okay.
Peyton.
Yeah.
And I can't think of
Drew Brees.
And Drew Brees. You know what's gonna happen. Yeah. You know that I was like, y'all. Run it so fast. Like, y'all scored too quick. You should have been doing 2 running plays and a pass play. 2 running plays, but you're scoring too fast.
Yeah.
Just run a bunch of screens and stay in bounds.
Yeah. There's the thing about Mahomes too. Like he's a good quarterback, but
he's
I feel
young. That's a lesson, dog. That's a lesson.
I feel like at the end, I've seen him 2 times at the end of a game where it's tough at the end. He be throwing off his back foot. He doesn't look that confident. He's got to stop throwing off that back foot. Because that's a bad habit.
Happen. Yes, that's what Cam Newton does all the time.
Yeah, Cam Newton doesn't even know how to throw.
But off the back foot is the number one. They always say you got to step into it. Everett, step into it.
Mahomes be throwing off his back foot. Cam Newton, what he does is he leans back when he throws.
Lobs it.
And it just always floats. So that's why you can't run the short passing game.
The receivers be getting decked back there.
Shout out Frank White.
Free Frank Whitecheck. He got murdered by the deceased.
Did that chick kill herself, or is she in jail? The chick that killed Steve McNair. Did she kill herself too?
I don't know.
I wonder how much time she got. She might be out here chilling. She might be on like Mob Wives.
She might be living in this apartment complex.
You feel me? Okay, Caesar. This is the last thing. Apparently, Colin Kaepernick's people were saying that Big Boy and Travis Scott are sellouts for performing at the Super Bowl. What you think? You think they're selling out?
I think they're selling out, but the thing is, what's funny is that
you think they're selling out?
Yeah, they're selling out. I'm down. I'm like, you're performing with Maroon 5? Like, get out of here, dog. It's really funny because like Travis Scott.
I've seen them in 2003.
This is all based upon Snapchat and gossip, so I'm down. Travis Scott was out here saying that he got the okay from Kaepernick's girlfriend or something like that. They're like, no, you didn't.
Hidden Hills.
So I'm like, the only thing the only reason I don't want to take Kaepernick's side is because Jay-Z's on there too. So I'm like, I'm okay. Jay-Z said that they turned it down. Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Jay-Z.
Apparently they were going to do it and they turned it down.
Okay. Anyway,
we don't want to see what people do.
Yeah. Anyway, so you think they sold out? I don't think they sold out.
Yeah, sold out. Don't perform in a halftime show. They don't. You know what they got to do? They got to just do DJs. Just have DJs out there. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. Yeah, just
make it a party.
One more.
Everybody runs on a field and dances, gets the field all messed up.
I'll be a dancer. Let me bring. Yeah, one more time. Anyway, all right, episode 91, We Made a Podcast, at WeMadeAPodcast.com, at WeMadeAPodcast, WeMadeAPodcast.com.
Holler. We Made a Podcast.
Yeah, holla.
Holler. Boom, da-da-doom, da.